Welcome to the Wealth and Wellness All Women Rock podcast, hosted by me, Tamara, the CEO and founder of All Women Rock Global. Join me on this journey as we explore topics, conversations, and interviews related to wealth and wellness. Let's get started. Hey girl, hey. We are talking all things wealth related, and to be honest, it could be wellness too. So, as you all know, I am the founder of the All Women Rock Global Network, where we create and host events, podcast hosts, and from time to time, I offer social media marketing still to some of my old social media clients. Not to mention, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a team leader at my church, and let's not forget I am human. I have not been properly diagnosed by a physician, but I truly think I have ADD. As painful as that is to admit, when I'm in a conversation with someone, after 10 minutes, my mind starts wandering like crazy. Sometimes I wonder if it's just because I have too much on my list. If you can relate, please let me know. Even as a mother, you know how your kids have these long, drawn-out stories and you want them to go ahead and tell you what happened. This is wrong. I know. But sometimes it can take a child forever to get the point out. And some adults do this too. But at that point, I just kind of struggle with staying focused. Again, if you can relate to this in any way, please let me know. After 10 minutes, if I'm doing any particular task, after 10 to 15 minutes, I'm ready to get up and do something else. I started to see this one affecting me as a business owner, and it wasn't productive to be all over the place. So one day, I was listening to a YouTube live with Pat Flynn. This was during the 2020 when he was doing his live every day on YouTube, and someone asked him about staying focused, and he suggested to try the Pomodoro method. At this point, I had never heard of this before, and I was truly intrigued to see what it was so I can get my life together too. Let me go ahead and give you a little backstory. If you're like, what is it? The Pomodoro Technique. And it is spelled Pomodoro, the Pomodoro Technique. It was actually developed in the late 1980s by a student named Francesco Cilaro. I probably have chopped the name up sideways. But he was struggling to stay focused on his studies and being able to complete assignments, feeling overwhelmed, which I can truly relate. He asked himself to just commit. How can I commit 10 minutes and stay focused while I'm studying? Encouraged by the challenge, he found a tomato, which is Pomodoro is in Italian. He found a tomato, which is Pomodoro in Italian, shaped kitchen timer. So it's like a kitchen timer shaped like a Pomodoro. That makes sense. And that's when the Pomodoro Technique was born. This popular time management method asks you to alternate Pomodoros, which are focused work sessions, with frequent short breaks to promote sustained concentration and cut off mental fatigue. So I'm going to break it all down. See if you're like, what? I'm going to break it down. So if you're new to this Pomodoro method, it's like focusing on something for 10 to 20 minutes, then getting up, taking a break. So let me give you an example. If you're working on a blog post, you try to focus on the blog post for like 20 minutes, get up out your seat for 5 minutes and move away. Now, I do struggle with diving into something, and it can be hard for me to pull away. For instance, if I'm updating the All Women Rock website for 2 hours have passed and I'm still working, I exhaust myself, and then it's hard for me to get back productive. So when I first started this method, once the timer went off, I kept working. I literally had to make myself get up and leave. As I have learned, nothing works in life unless you do. That was a word for somebody. Nothing works in life unless you do. Listen to it now. Nothing in life works unless you do. So let's break this down and give it a try. Press pause if you have to, and go get a notebook and pen. So let's just say that you have multiple tasks to complete. The first thing that you would do is get your to-do list. Get your list of things that you need to complete within your business. This is number one. Number two, you set a timer for 25 minutes and focus on a single task until the timer goes off. Not the entire to-do list, one task but within your to-do list. That's number two. Number three, when your session ends, mark one Pomodoro off, and we know that one is completed. Then you enjoy your 5-minute break. That's number four. And then number five, after 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break. You can get a longer break then, sis, like 15 to 30 minutes. So basically with this method, you are time blocking. You are taking 25 minutes and saying, hey, I am going to focus on one single task for 25 minutes. No distractions. No distractions. I know how tempted it can be to pick up your phone, text someone, say, oh, I forgot to send her this quick reminder. No, for 25 minutes, you are laser focused on one task that you need to complete within your business. After your timer goes off, you get up and you take a 5-minute break. Go fold some clothes, go stand outside, drink a little wine, but come back, sis, after 5 minutes, come back to your seat, and then we're going to work on something different. Or we can finish completing whatever it may be within our business. Now, as I stated, it can be tempting to kind of like keep working, but you have to give up. Get up, not give up, but you have to get up during your time break. Get up and get up for your 5 minutes and enjoy your break. So 25 minutes, I'm working on a blog post. 5 minutes, I am going to get up and focus on something else. 25 more minutes, I'm going to dive back in that blog post. If I'm done, I'm going to focus on something else. Take another 5-minute break, and then we come back and we repeat the process. What we're doing is just time blocking. We're staying focused during these different time blocks within our business. As I stated, you have to be in a distraction-free zone because it can be so tempting to try to do something else while you're doing it, checking emails. Nope, we're not doing that. We're staying laser focused within our business. And do not get overwhelmed. Do not get overwhelmed. And I know sometimes some of us tend to say like, I don't have that. We like to come up with excuses or say, I don't have 20. I can't do 4 Pomodoros. Focus on 2. Hey, I can only do 2. Just create. I'll say this. If you feel like I only have 1 hour to work on my business for the next 4 days, that's fine. I'm going to help you get rid of these excuses that we create as the reason why we cannot progress forward within our business. So we're not going to have any excuses. Anything that you give me, we can find a strategy to overcome that. So if you say, hey, I only have 1 hour. I know you might have 2, but you're telling me you only have 1 hour to work in your business. Okay, we can work with that. If you have only 1 hour, within that, you can create 2 Pomodoros. That's just 2 25-minute blocks. And then you have your 2 5-minute breaks. During that time, you can work on your social media posts for the week. You can work on your blog posts. Whatever it is that you need to work on within your business, you dedicate that time to be laser focused only on that task within those 25 minutes. I'm going to go over the list, and I'm going to go over this a couple of times because it can be a lot and it can be confusing for some. So we create a to-do list. What is it that what goals do we need to complete within our business? Do we need to create some blog posts? Do we need to write out some different podcasts? Do we need to create like a sales funnel? Do we need to create an email for our email list? Do we need to create a new newsletter? What is it that we need to complete? Do we need to follow up with some of our clients within our business? Do we need to follow up with some potential clients within our business? 25 minutes. I am going to work on that particular task. That's number 1. Number 2, you're setting your timer. You get out your phone, whatever works best for you. For me personally, I will leave my phone in the room and go sit with my laptop in a different room and put the timer on my laptop. That might not work for you. You might need your phone because you might be doing some social media posts. Set a timer. 25 minutes. Okay, I'm going straight in with these social media posts for 25 minutes. I'm not going to get distracted looking at what Susie Q has posted about her family on this awesome vacation or how many sales she's generated within her business. Nope. We're going to be laser focused on what it is that we need to complete within our business. We're going to post it, create our hashtags with the video, whatever it may be. But set a timer. When you get up, do not continue to sit there. As I stated, for me, when I first started this, I kept sitting there and I was like, this is not working because I'm still sitting here. Get up. After the 25 minutes, get up for 5 minutes. But set that timer and be intentional about it. As I stated before, nothing works if we don't work. We cannot cry and complain about our business not working if we cannot be productive. This will help us stay productive within our business. This strategy will help us stay focused. This strategy will also help us to know where our time is going. If we're like, I don't know what I did within my business, you have it now. You have it now. You've wrote out your goals that you need to achieve within your business. You've wrote out how much time it took you to complete that. This also gives you the opportunity to say, hey, I am spending over 3 hours working on email lists. Okay, I now know that I need to either allocate this if I can afford it to someone else to do this within my business, or how can I downsize this? Because we're not going to be continually trading money for time. We do that enough within our 9-to-5s. We're getting rid of that. This will help you see things that you're doing within your business. Okay, I'm spending entirely too much time working on this, or I'm not spending enough time with my clients. I'm not spending enough time working on my podcast. I'm not spending enough time to create different blog posts. We now see how much time it's taking us to complete these different tasks. Okay, I'm going to go over the list again for you. Step 1, pick a task. Step 2, set a timer for 25 minutes. Step 3, work on your task until your time is up. Step 4, take a 5-minute break. Step 5, every 4 Pomodoros, after 4, you can take a longer break than 5 minutes. You can start taking a 15 up to 30-minute break. I want to say this. This method really helps you focus on where your time goes. If you are like, you're working in your business and you're like, I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything. Nothing is getting done. I know I'm working on my business, but can I really say what I did with my time? This method will be perfect for you because it gives you the opportunity to say, hey, I did work on my podcast for like 2 hours this week. I did work on my blog post. I did work on sending out an email list. You'll be able to give an account for things that you did within your business during those different time schedules. Now, I'm not an expert by any means on this method, but it worked wonders for me. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. I feel like this is something great that we can start working on in our business now, not wait until January 2022. So I do want to also recommend give those time blocks your all. When you're working, don't be distracted. Oh, I'm going to work on this a little bit. No. Give those time blocks your all. If you're working on a blog post for those 25 minutes, work on those. Do it for those 25 minutes. Give it your best. Now, I will say for those 5-minute breaks, they go fast. They go fast like a lunch break when you're working a 9-to-5. So be mindful of that as you're working within it. But it was helpful for me. And I'm going to say that so many times because if you're struggling with staying productive, the Pomodoro method will be something great for you to try to utilize within your business. And I know sometimes when people give us something new, some of us tend to shy away and say, well, I don't have time for 4 25-minute sessions to work on my business. I got to do this. I got to do that. I don't have time for that. Okay, sister, you have 25 minutes. Do one. Do one Pomodoro, 25 minutes, and that's it. Do what works best for you. Once you get more comfortable with it, you can take longer Pomodoros, like 45 to 60 minute sessions, and, longer breaks. I also think this method gives your mind a break when your eyes, especially if you're on a computer or a laptop all day. For instance, for some of us that we work a 9 to 5 and then have to come home and work on our business. It can be a lot because you're having to stare at a computer screen all day long. And then I got to come home and work on my business. So using this method can be beneficial for that too. So just get up for 5 minutes, do something totally different where you're not staring at a computer screen for those 5 minutes. And as I stated, give yourself the break. Give yourself the break. Now, sis, I do want to say this. If you're working on the Pomodoro method, you're giving yourself 25 minutes and then you set a timer for 5 minutes and you start going watching an episode of your favorite television show and you're like, oh, let me give myself another 10 minutes. If you know you're tempted like that, don't do it. Do not do it. Find something you can easily distract yourself for 5 minutes only because it will happen. Trust me, I know. Sometimes our minds can be very forgetful. And if you're like me, I can plan to go in a room, get something in that room and totally forget what I came in there for. And if one of my daughters asks me something, you can totally forget. You can forget it. I have completely lost my train of thought. I read on a website that the Pomodoro Technique is approachable because it's more about consistency than perfection. So keep that in mind. Each session is a fresh start to reevaluate your goals, challenge yourself to focus and limit distractions. You can make this system work for you. Like I stated earlier, some of us be like, I don't have that much time. Okay, just do 2 Pomodoros and you're done. I truly believe this is true because staying consistent helps you stay focused. The goal is never perfection, but it's just being able to give it your all during that time that you're focused on your business. So before we go, I want to give you these steps one more time. Get out your to-do list. Get out the list of things that you have to do within your business. Write it out. I need to work on my blog posts. I need to work on my podcast. I need to send out a few social media posts for my business. I need to work on some reels for my Instagram page, whatever it may be. Number 2, set a timer for 25 minutes and focus. Focus during that 25 minutes. Create a distraction-free zone. Let the kids know for 25 minutes, do not come and ask me anything. Do not talk to me for these 25 minutes. When that timer goes off, get up and step outside that area, that production zone. Give yourself a break. And you can, after you're done, mark that one off, okay? That Pomodoro is complete. Enjoy your 5-minute break. Please enjoy it. And after, if you have the opportunity for, 4 Pomodoros, after your 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break, 15 to 30 minutes. The steps will be listed in the show notes as well as on the All Women Rock blog. Leave me a comment on the website and let me know how it works for you. If you tried it before, if you're currently using it in your business, let me know. I want to know. So, until next time, thank you so much for listening to the Wealth and Wellness Podcast. As always, subscribe and leave us a comment.